Hello, everyone. We are here in Art Battle Chicago with 12 incredible artists just getting ready and setting up their palettes and getting ready to step up to the easel for a night of live competitive painting. We have round number one coming up in just a few minutes with our first six artists. They will have 20 minutes only on the clock to face down these blank canvases. So, round number one coming in just a few minutes. So, stay tuned.
All right. We got make this circle. Make this circle. We're about to get started in just a few minutes. Once again, we're inviting all of our beautiful guests out here on the floor. It's about to get crazy. Okay, we're starting to look beautiful. Okay. So you are going to be right here. Hero, you over here with it. While our artists are setting up, can we make some noise for round one? Yeah. Yeah. I feel good, I feel good. I know a lot of y'all moving a little lazy because you got that Thanksgiving weight on you. But today we gonna get y'all moving. We gonna give y'all some good energy. But we need to do an energy check with all of our beautiful faces, all the beautiful souls in the room right now. If you love yourselves, let me hear you say, oh yeah. That's terrible. That's not enough self-love in the building. I said, if you love yourself, say, oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to give round one 2 more minutes to set their palettes. If you guys do not yet follow us on Instagram, go ahead and do that now. Follow us on Instagram at KNVS House. One more time, that is KNVS House, Canvas House. Follow us at Art Battle Chicago. It's about to get crazy.
We have round number 1 starting in just a few minutes. Our artists are setting their palettes with their colors and getting battle ready to take on these blank canvases. Round number 1 will feature our first 6 artists, and they will have only 20 minutes to complete these incredible works right in front of your eyes, and you, the audience, will vote for which artwork you think is best. So make sure that you head over to the link that's on the screen right now, artbattle.com/vote. That is where you're going to get registered to vote so that you can help support these artists by choosing who your favorite is going to be. But right now, these canvases are just blank and full of possibility until the round starts. Round number 1 starting in just about a minute and a half with our first 6 artists, Art Battle Chicago.
Come on, come on. There we go, there we go. And also, we want to make sure that this circle is a tornado. So let's move to the left. Let's keep this circle moving so we can see each and every one of our amazing artists. On your mark. Hold up. Get set. Go. We are underway. Let's go crazy.
Round number 1 has just begun in Art Battle Chicago. These artists had 20 minutes only to create their works in front of this live audience. My name is Morgan Booth. I am your Art Battle live stream coach. I am your Art Battle live stream host today, and joining me, 2 very special co-hosts. We have Wes Everett from the Mosh Pit podcast and Amanda Hogan, owner of Chroma Storm Arts in Atlanta. Hi, guys.
Hey.
What's up?
Art Battle. We got some paint being thrown down right now. We're not even 40 seconds in. These guys only have 20 minutes.
I find this extremely interesting because one of my favorite things to do is to watch the process and just see, you could almost see their wheels turning and kind of figuring out their layout. It's amazing.
Oh, absolutely. Like the first minute when it's going down, it's all about strategy. How are these guys going to start? Laying the foundation, really.
Oh yeah, it's definitely. It's almost like watching someone put together a skeleton.
So right now we are passing around the easels and seeing we have Madame Monet. Looks like she's got a figure going already. Who are we with here? Now we have Julie, and Julie. Oh, our camera person's going pretty quick here. I will tell them to slow down.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of great energy from these artists already, and lots of really good, strong starts. Everybody taking a different approach at this point. Here we are with Colormore, and Colormore looks like he's laid down some sort of text that he's now painting over.
Extremely graphic and almost in almost like a street painting sort of way.
Yeah, definitely getting that kind of graffiti influence.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Morgan, on this one here, are they confined to the structure that London was, where they could only use a certain art type, not marker, not things like that?
These guys have open material rules, so they can use the acrylic paint that's provided, and also they can bring whatever medium they want from home as well. So if they want to bring some spray paint or paint markers, they're more than welcome to do that.
Very cool. Very cool.
Wow. Do you know, I always like am in awe of people who can just like whip together a figure in no time. Because
yeah, it's so all about proportion, right? With
Right.
any figure, with any portrait, it's so much of the style is communicated in the portion, and if you're going for realism or illustrative, it all really starts from there.
Oh yeah, and like I know when I'm sketching out my portraits and trying to figure it out, I'm all about the proportion lines. I have to sketch, the general shapes and then the proportion lines. But man, these people are just like whipping out these figures, and they're so beautiful and structured with no lines. It's just amazing to me.
Yeah, the rapid brain work that must be going into that, and also kind of the muscle memory of uh, how to properly communicate a face has got to be a big tool that they're reaching into.
Yeah, that and shading.
Absolutely, I can see it. We're a little bit farther away right now. I think just based on our camera person's battery, I think I think that they might be tethered right now. Um,
Right.
but I know that there's one portrait in particular that is it's got a lot of kind of glowing energy and a lot of glowing shade work.
Well, look at the contrasting colors coming up in this graffiti style painting coming up. I mean, it's fantastic, and I love the way the play in this particular figure painting with the blue and the yellow, and then the purple and the yellow in this graffiti painting. It's just it. I love it when colors play.
Yeah, absolutely. And so much too about Art Battle is so we're getting this really up close view, but also we have to keep in mind what's going on for the audience. The audience is maybe 10 feet away at times. So that piece is communicating to us up close, but also to them far away. So color is going to be a big factor here. Are their colors grabbing the audience enough?
Right, Madame Monet almost looked like she was doing a superhero.
Mhm. And here we are with Julie, and looks like we've got a sleepy, almost like a Cheshire cat hanging on a branch.
And
And
Arturo, he's pretty cool. Look at that.
yeah, this is such an interesting style. So we've got this like crazy brushwork going on, and I thought that it was just going to be purely abstract, and now it looks like he's going into kind of an illustrative space with marker over top of that. And
Mhm.
here's that shading portrait that I was talking about.
The way she's got the highlights just glowing off the portrait is just amazing.
And who's this? We have Andrea Cole, and again, I totally thought it was an abstract, but here we have this figure emerging, and not only is the figure a full body, which I think is a challenge in itself, but we have this really complicated pose too.
Oh, yeah, it almost looks like a ballet in a pirouette style portrait. And again, the colors that she's choosing are just amazing. They're really grabbing the contrast of blue and yellow. It's fabulous.
I agree. I think that yellow is really setting it off.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, you're right about that kind of cerulean blue that's right beside it, just giving it that pop.
Absolutely.
It's different watching this one than it was London. I'm kind of focusing on the scenery, the surroundings. I wonder how it feels, having somebody like right there behind you watching you paint. Because London, they were a little more elevated, a little further away from the people.
Yeah, it was a stage,
Yeah.
whereas the battle pit is right on par with the crowd here.
Yeah. I
And
just wonder how that feeling of, okay, they're watching me. They know exactly what I'm about to do. I cannot mess up now.
and they're at Spin Chicago, which is a ping pong bar. This place is really, really cool. I got a chance to go there last September, and the whole place is covered in murals.
Oh, that
Oh,
is awesome.
wow.
I'm really loving the artwork, the pop of that orange off that pink.
Hmm. Definitely.
And here's our superhero-esque portrait from Madame Monet. The fire that's coming off of the hair is a really cool kind of surreal element.
Oh yeah. Look
Is
at the
this a?
detail she's getting in her face
I
though.
see that. Is this a Thundercats?
It might be a Thundercat.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, look, it almost looks like what was it?
The
The
red
red
Panda.
panda?
panda.
Red
Yay.
panda.
I like it so much. Julie always does these really fun pieces that just have these little elements of whimsy to it. And I think doing the red panda, it just kind of it creates it's a cool piece, but it also creates a moment of endearment for the crowd, I think.
Oh,
Mhm.
definitely. It's a smart choice too. You almost think, was this calculated because, with Red Panda and the popularity from the movie, people are going to be able to relate to that painting just simply
Oh,
because of the movie.
true. So not only are we getting that kind of whimsy and endearment of this adorable animal, but there's also a built-in fan base.
Right?
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, good strategy on Julie's part. And look at this jacket too.
I know, right?
All these cool patches, and I bet that she's painted them herself. Okay, back to Arturo and this really interesting technique that he's got going on with.
It's it almost looks like a octopus and a piece of chewing gum just had like a love child.
Totally,
Love
totally.
it.
It's so strange uh, that it really, really draws you in, especially with the use of this like crazy hot, hot pink. And this is funny from Arturo. Arturo actually has um, an ability to create really classical realism as well. So we never really know with Arturo which style we're going to get. If he wants to bring the fun and the rock and roll, or if he wants to go a little bit more classical. And tonight he's definitely brought the rock and roll.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, gorgeous. This portrait here.
I mean, look at the hair and it just pops off of those beautiful features that she's been painting this whole time. And it's so funny because at first we just saw a face and now we're starting to see an upper body torso emerge. Just fantastic.
And the texture that's been brought in the hair there is amazing too. Ooh, check out what Andrea's doing with this. She's got vines wrapping around the figure now.
And she has arrows kind of whizzing past too, almost like she's like uh dodging the arrows in her own graceful way.
Just stunning. So much beautiful movement in that piece that I think is really supported well by the brushwork surrounding the figure.
Yes.
And again, here we are. We've just passed the halfway point, and all these are coming together so quickly.
Yeah, we just passed the halfway point, so now is a good time to let our audience know that voting will be open in a few minutes if it's not open already. So go to artbattle.com/vote and you will get registered. You'll get a text to your phone number with a voting link, and you can vote for your favorite artist. The top two artists from this round and the top two artists from our next round will move forward into a final, a 4 artist final where they will face another blank canvas. So not only in Art Battle do you have to do the best painting of your life in 20 minutes, but then in order to win, you have to do another one that's even better.
Oh, look at this.
Is that a heart?
I don't know. It looks like the depths of where her heart used to be.
Yeah, that void. And then she's bringing in these brush strokes here that are just coming off of it.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder it like I'm wondering what those if they're going to become cracks or if that's going to be the void is a shape itself. I guess we got 7.5 minutes to find out.
Oh, look, the red panda is coming to life.
It's so sweet, but it's also really technically well executed, which I think is an important point because it can be easy to paint kind of cutesy paintings sometimes, but this one is in particular well executed as well. I think that the fade in the background is adding a lot of depth.
Absolutely. I love her use of blending technique where she uses the paint strokes to fade that orange, that reddish orange to the orange to the yellow. It's just fabulous.
Yeah, it's giving that kind of crest of light coming over.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to figure this one out.
Arturo's.
It's very
So
Dr.
strange.
Seuss.
I love it. I love how he's holding the paintbrush. It's almost like, do you think this is the way the man feels inside?
Could be.
Yeah. Oh, I just noticed that that's a paintbrush that the Octo alien is holding. This is dope. This is cool. I was saying last time we had Wes on that the piece that won should have been an album cover. I think that piece from Arturo would function well as an album cover too.
Oh, 100%.
I got a band that will reach out to him.
So this portrait, this blue-haired portrait, I think we've just passed over it. But that's a wild card artist. So a wild card is when we leave an easel spot open and we call someone from the room to come paint. So they sign up at the door for a chance to paint. And their name gets called and they have to go up there right away and get going. And I think that is our wildcard artist, and I think it's actually an artist that has painted with us before. I'm going to check in our back end here and see what Chicago is saying, because I think that I recognize that artist.
So speaking of how artists can get involved with art battles, how do you become art without being a wild card artist? How do you become involved just as an artist participating?
It is an application process. So artbattle.com has all the details that anyone needs. I know that we often hear from artists that are watching the stream that their mirror neurons are going, that they want to step up to the easel. And it's as easy as filling out an application. It takes about 10 minutes, and we'll review your work. And if there's a spot for you, we invite you to come throw down.
Very cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Okay, I'm hearing at easel number 5, our wildcard artist is Hero, who has painted quite a few times in Art Battle Chicago and has also previously been a finalist as well. So I think that she is coming for that final spot. Which pieces are you guys feeling drawn towards right now?
Arturo's is really speaking to me, and then the blue hair figure for some reason is just call him a name. I would have that hanging in my house.
Totally, the texture, and also Amanda, I think that you can appreciate this as an artist as well. Watching the way that they approach each component and like how they build that piece, it becomes its own kind of engagement.
Oh, definitely. Like I was saying, the process and how different minds think. I'm one of those artists that absolutely positively sketches everything. So the fact that they can just slap some paint on the canvas and have a gorgeous figure or alien blob painting out of nowhere, it just baffles me. I am in awe.
Yeah, these guys are killing it tonight. We have lots of different variety of styles, and also I would say a pretty hefty skill level displayed tonight.
Oh, definitely. And it's so funny because all their skills are like really up there. Like you look at these things and you're like, wow, that's amazing. And all of them are completely different.
Yeah, for sure. And it's so crazy too, watching them at the end of the round, watching the artists go around and see everybody else's work, because they're all so supportive of each other. It's a really great community moment, because yes, Art Battle is a competition, but the artists are just so stoked on each other too.
Legit. And like you can almost like when you watch them, you can almost see their minds going, well, how did she do that? How did she do that? And why did she do that in such this little amount of time? I mean, it's fantastic. I love meeting other artists and peeling over their work.
Totally. Amanda, if I ever make it down to Atlanta, you and I are going to be having some process nerd talks.
Legit. I have a whole studio welcomed for you, babe.
Amazing. We have 2 minutes remaining on the clock. And I have to say, all these guys seem pretty relaxed. I don't think that anyone has that kind of rush to finish energy. everyone seems to have managed their time really well.
Okay, so does anybody else see a figure in that one?
Mm-hmm.
In color
Flying?
war?
Yes,
Definitely.
flying. Oh, it's almost like Jordan slamming the slam dunk.
Totally. And then you have all of these graphic elements with these stripy clouds too. And the figure has Colormore does a signature move where he puts like an atom symbol for the heads of his figures.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's a cool piece.
Legit. Oh, look, she's got something coming out of the hole, out of the orifice.
Oh, so it's become a heart now. So it's where the heart is, but it's being shown as this black heart.
Well, it almost looked like a droid with her heart ripped out and the mechanics falling out in my eye.
Oh yeah, I totally see that now.
Oh, you're so cute. I just want to hug you.
I know. The reaction is just it's so fun. And we're getting just watching Julie's strategy here too. She's laid everything out and then is going into the finer details in the last minute. And I think that's a really smart strategy.
Oh, look at how she's adding texture to the hair in the like she's just putting blobs of color in there. I love it.
I know, me too. I think that this piece is going to be. I think both of these pieces actually are going to be contenders for the finals.
Absolutely. I love this.
This one right here really speaks to me as the dodging of the arrows in kind of the whirlwind of life.
3, 2, 1. Brushes down, artist. It's the board for round 1. Go crazy. Go ahead and click that link that you received when you entered today and vote for your favorite.
Wow, what a round. That was a super strong showing from all 6 of our artists in round number 1. There's definitely a high skill level shown here. I know that Wes and Amanda and I definitely really, really enjoyed that round. And I think all 3 of us are going to have a hard time choosing who we're going to vote for. So, you guys out in the audience, I know you're going to have a hard time too, but you have to choose. You got to go to artbattle.com/vote, get registered, and choose your favorite artist because the top 2 artists, as voted by the audience, you guys will move forward to the 3rd and final round. And we are going to get our next 2 qualifying artists from round number 2 coming up in just a few minutes. So make sure that you get your votes in. All of these pieces are also available for silent auction at that same link. And fun fact, if you click these artists, you can also see all of their past battle work too. So you can see where their style is, how this piece compares to pieces that they've done in the past. There's a lot of fun things in that link. So make sure that you check it out. And we will be back for round number 2 in just a few minutes. I think that we might actually have some performance happening in between rounds, and so we'll keep you updated on that. But round number 2 of live competitive painting coming up in about 10 minutes. Our artists are just getting ready for round number 2, setting their palettes, getting all of their paints ready, steadying their hands, and getting prepared to take on these blank canvases in front of our live audience in Chicago. Round number 2 starting in just a few minutes, so make sure that you stay tuned. We have another 6 epic artists getting ready to step up to the easel. Round number 2 starting in just a few minutes.
Vera, make some noise for Michelle here in the building. Over here we got Benny. Benny, what's up, Benny? Over here we got one of our first wild card picks. We got James. Where you at, James? He ran, didn't he? Where you at, James? Where you at right here, man? This is your spot. You gonna make a miracle right here. Hey, act like you know what you're doing. Act like it though. Over here, we got our last and second wild card. We got Bartholomew. Make some love for Bartholomew. Everybody over here, once we get started, I'm going to ask that you do get up and embrace these artists as they did for the people in the first round. Walk around, see their art. You guys got about 5 more minutes. I saw you get up kind of early. You got 5 minutes. Relax, man. You got 5 minutes. moment, I gotta get this last artist some water. Alright, you guys is like hot as hell. Let's go, Bartholomew. I'm going for you. Bartholomew and James. Hey, y'all gotta make me proud, man. I'm going for y'all, bro. I'm going for the black power. We got a tag team over here. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go!
Okay, round number 2 of Art Battle in Chicago has just begun. We have another 6 fresh artists up at the easels, already throwing down quite a lot of paint. We can see that our wildcard artist, Bartholomew, is throwing down some brown there. And I am joined tonight also by 2 very special co-hosts, Wes Everett of Mosh Pit Podcast and Amanda Hogan of Chroma Storm Arts, both 2 creative people from Atlanta, and we are so stoked to have them on the stream tonight. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hey, thanks for having us.
My pleasure. We've
Oh
got,
my gosh.
sorry.
I was gonna say, oh my gosh, we've already got figures.
And not only is it a figure, but it's a profile, which I always find particularly difficult.
Again, the proportions are key.
Yeah, even there's no room to hide in a profile. So,
Oh, look at the expression on this face already. Like, and that's just her sketch. That's just her lay down. Oh,
I'm gonna start using that term. That's just her lay down. In the
exactly.
first 2 minutes, it's just a lay down. I love it. We're getting new art battle terms here tonight, guys. All right, this artist I'm particularly excited about. This is Fantasia Ariel, and this is actually her very first art battle. She's making her debut tonight, and I'm a huge fan of her style, so I can't wait to see what emerges from her easel.
I mean, I've been looking at some of her work as well, and the way we were talking about the last battle, the highlights and the lowlights, and the way she shades her portraits, just choice.
Absolutely, totally the queen of highlights. And who is this? This is a wildcard artist. We've got 2 names down on the canvas, James/Amira.
Nice.
So I'm wondering if that is a duo? Question mark.
Now this is very interesting. He's just literally blocking out a huge block of color.
And so this is Bartholomew, and he's got another so many cool sweaters, cool outfits in Chicago tonight. Ooh, this is Anna Chili, and she's actually an artist that is visiting Chicago from San Francisco. She traveled here just to be a part of the show. She is an all-star artist in the San Francisco roster.
Well, it looks like she's painting Grogu, and that's my jam.
Right? And she's got the full costume going.
I love it. I'm here for it. I'm living for whatever she's putting on that canvas.
Yeah, we have some spiciness going on in the second round. We've got a lot of good attitude and artists who look like they really want to have fun.
Legit. Now, I'm almost wondering if she's going to leave that as grayscale.
Yes. There's a lot of potential here. You know, if Michelle is painting using this as like a grisaille, which is like just a black and white map for those of our listeners that don't know, and then trying to apply color over top of it, that might be a challenge because the paint's still going to be wet.
Right.
Or is it just going to be black and white?
Mm.
Hey, I think we questioned that on the last one we called together, didn't we, Morgan?
Yeah, it's always the what's it going to be?
Again, we're like really, you've got some artists that are just running right out of the gate with these bright, beautiful color. And then you've got some artists that are a little pulled back and subdued with their colors. And look, there's a 3/4 face. Oh, I love it.
And I can see that there is someone standing very close to our wildcard artist here. And so I'm wondering if he's participating or if he's a model or what's going on here, or if he's just a really excited audience member that really wants to like get up there.
Now, see, he's putting so much paint on that canvas, it almost makes me think he's thinking of doing a sgraffito type technique. But we'll see. We'll see.
Bartholomew's piece right now looks delicious. It reminds me of a shawarma.
Right.
Okay, Anna, getting lots of good proportion work done, I think, with this Grogu.
Yeah, it's so cute. It may not be Grogu though. I may change my answer. It's not my final answer. Not my final answer.
I don't know. I see the shell coming to shape, so you
Mm,
could be right.
I don't know. We shall see.
The way that Michelle is executing this portrait is so excellent to me. The shading in that grayscale. And what has Elizabeth got going on?
I don't know, but I'm definitely loving this like expression on this face and the way she's using those earthy toned colors to bring the shadows out. It's very fabulous. I love it.
That's such a good point. The earthy tones to bring out the shadows. It's definitely adding that depth there. And it's interesting because we have kind of this like caricature expression, but it's executed in a very painterly, like serious fashion, almost like the Scream.
Absolutely. And then it almost looks like a majestic like Black Beauty thing going on here. I'm down.
Oh, me too. And with Fantasia's piece, you can even see just the way that she paints. You recognize her style. She's got that kind of angularity going on in the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And our wildcard artist as well. I think that this is just her partner. She just handed her drink off to him. I think that maybe he's modeling for this piece.
Oh yeah.
And Bartholomew has this tornado of color going on, and honestly, I really hope it is a shawarma. I don't think it is. I don't think I'm gonna get my wish, but I really hope it is.
Right. It would be interesting if someone did like the sgraffito technique where they kind of scratched in their artwork into the heavily laid down paint. That would be super cool.
Oh, that's such a great description of that technique. You said it before, and I kind of had a vague idea of what it was, and now I totally know what you're talking about. So thank you.
Yeah, it's like you take your palette knife and you lay down the most amount of paint you've ever thought you'd lay down on a canvas, and then you scratch in your artwork. It's really interesting. It works really well with oil pastels.
Ooh, and I think that's a great technique too in the art battle arena because part of the challenge is that you're working wet on wet.
Mhm.
And so if you're leaning into that, and also audience loves weird techniques like that too.
Oh, totally.
So Michelle, we have she's thrown down this awesome magenta here.
Oh, totally. It's totally making that black and white just pop right off the canvas.
Totally, and it's really bringing it into this kind of pop art space, making it more of a contemporary painting, I think.
And I like the suggestion of hills and valleys on the figure. I love it.
What is happening in this piece? It's so cool. It's so strange. It's like a horse dog, but the way that it's being executed is very illustrative, so I know that there's more layers to it than that. It's giving surrealism right now.
Right, but it's almost like she's blocking off her undercolor, her underpainting.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we could go either way. We could go like super realistic or even, like you were saying, very stylized and angular.
I always have to remind myself sometimes to like, oh, you should be talking now, because I'll just be like, whoa.
I know, right?
I really love Fantasia's work. Okay, our wild card artist, Amira, uh, working in that portrait there. Bartholomew is taking a dance break.
There's always time for a dance break.
There's always time for a dance break, especially in Chicago. We often
You know what? I know what Bartholomew just painted. Is that the Lion King? Simba, he is alive.
I think we'll have to wait until we come back around, because I didn't recognize it, but I want to see it.
Oh my gosh, it's like my childhood just came on his canvas.
Amazing. Okay. And then Anna is also using really similar paint. Oh, cool. Look down below. We can see that she's actually painted this piece as a practice, and she's brought it with her to use as a reference.
Which is super smart.
Yeah, that's some pro moves there.
Right, right. And again, the colors that they're using are also contrasting, that they pop across the room.
Yes, such a great point, because we were talking about it in round number 1, but for anyone just joining us, the point that we made was the works that we're seeing have to communicate well as a whole piece and up close for us in the audience online who's able to see them up close, but for the people in the room, they might be farther away. So if a piece is brighter or more graphic, it might sway the audience because it communicates better visually from a distance.
And talking about their color choices, it's like you almost want to like be a fly on the wall when they're choosing their colors, because like I know when I'm painting, I get so distracted by all the shiny colors that it's hard for me to pick a specific palette. And this is almost like plein air painting at this point. So you're having to work with a limited palette.
Yes, there's a limited amount of colors that are on the table that they get to choose from. And so unless they brought something in particular that they wanted from home, they got what they got.
Which adds another level of urgency to this, because they're having to mix their colors, if you think about it. So their color theory knowledge has to be on point.
Totally, absolutely. And yeah, that's such a great point. It's hard to mix on the fly. I know that just getting a small tonal shift can make all of the difference, and really you don't have a lot of time to check and recheck and remix and all of those things.
Well, see, and that was one of the things that I had learned early on, was when you mix your color, you swatch it and then you let the swatch dry, because sometimes it looks completely different. So the knowledge and the just the talent and the practice that these artists have in knowing exactly the colors to mix, what it should look like wet versus what it looks like dry, it's awesome.
Absolutely. This is why I love having a fellow artist on the stream. It's all of these small things to think about, right? Like,
Right.
like might dry a little bit darker, those kind of
It
things.
is the Simba.
Yes!
It is, Simba is alive.
Amazing. I think that the audience too is gonna have that same moment as we are right now, where you're like, yes, and those moments really draw the audience in and bring them to your side, and those moments can get you votes.
Definitely. Well, I mean, and again, it's a good strategy for the artist. Like for this young lady here, she's like literally painting, and you know that that's a portrait, that's a pink background, and it's popping off of that canvas. And then you turn right around and you see Grogu, or you turn around and you see the Lion King. Grogu and the Lion King's obviously gonna tug on your heartstrings because you fell in love with those characters, and you can relate to them.
Yeah, and then you have it. and then you have the portion of the audience that is more interested in portraiture or like a fine art, or they're more interested in this kind of expressionist portrait that we have going on from Elizabeth. And that's the beautiful thing about Art Battle is it's an even playing field.
Okay, I think that just turned into a Rottweiler, by the way.
So good. Look at the angularity of the ears. It does a lot for the composition and guiding your eye, I think.
Oh, 100%. I just got distracted by how awesome that was.
I know, me too.
So do you know what I love about her? She did a this is our wild card, and she did a blue underpainting before she laid down her skin tone, which can make the figure look more alive. Because believe it or not, we do have blue undertones in our blood and in our skin. So that's a great trick to have in your under your belt. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. Adding that realism. There's I've seen it online, but there's kind of color maps of the face. I'll have to share it on our Instagram later.
Totally.
Wow, this piece from Anna, the Baby Yoda Grogu, is really well executed. It's very detailed. I think it's communicating well from far away and up close. Same for Michelle here as well. Michelle is sticking to, this is a very signature style for her. That kind of profile portrait on a super bright background.
Mm-hmm.
So less than 5 minutes remaining in the second round. So now's a good time to remind our audience that you guys got to vote at artbattle.com/vote. You will be voting for your single favorite artist, but the top 2 artists, as voted by the audience, will move forward and join the top 2 artists from round number 1 in a third round, a final showdown of 4 artists with another 20 minutes on the canvas. So not only are you voting for which art piece you think is best,
Oh,
which
look,
is
James just jumped on there with her.
interesting. So we have 7 artists in this round. I know that our art battle referees in headquarters are gonna have something to say about that.
I mean, both their names were on the canvas. So.
I mean,
Collaborative painting.
That's right.
It almost looks like a donut behind the Grogu.
oh yeah, totally.
Simpsons mashup.
Yeah.
You know, I love Michelle's painterly strokes in that, because from far away it looks like a legitimately realistic portrait, but up close you can actually see the stroke which made that shadow.
That's such a great point. Yeah, from far away you get that softness of the blends, but up close you get that painterly aspect.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that thing just came to life.
It really did.
Totally. He's almost got like a little bit of a cubist kind of thing going on with the highlight on the snout and this 3/4 angle, and I really like it.
Totally. Oh snap, look at those cheekbones. I want cheekbones like that one day.
I know. I'm like, where do you get your filler done? We're popping the highlight here.
I mean.
And Bartholomew's still going just with these tiny little marks, just adding a little bit more texture.
Totally. It looks like a donut, but it also kind of looks like a Taj Mahal window.
Yeah.
Like it has that vibe, that old school Indian vibe that I'm really, really with. And the colors, again, the contrasting colors of blue, yellow, pink, magenta, all of those things just pop off. And I'm telling you, I bet you that looks fantastic from behind the crowd.
Absolutely. It's got like an architectural quality.
Mm-hmm.
This shadow underneath the chin from Michelle here is just setting it off for me. It's really just honing in on that jawline.
Well, it almost turned her head, you know? It almost like made her absolutely positively look like she's posing, looking over her shoulder at you.
And there's like just a little suggestion of a smirk, and we haven't even addressed the eye bar.
Oh, yeah.
But that's a really cool element too, and I think that brings it into making a statement.
Definitely.
1 minute remaining.
That almost looks like it could have been in a children's book. I mean, it's fantastic. I love the whimsy. The dancing and finger painting. But the whimsy about it, it makes me fall in love.
Totally. You're just so drawn in to one, the character, two, the colors, three, the composition and the execution. I think that Anna has a really good chance of making it to the final with this one.
I mean, and the way she's painting it too, it makes you want to like be friends with her.
Oh, totally. She's having a
bestie.
blast.
Right? Oh, snap. Here comes some graphics. Let's see what she's writing. Help. Right?
Oh, I didn't
Her?
know.
Oh, see
Oh.
her?
That's cool. I did not expect a text element.
I mean,
It's very Blade Runner-ish.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's like Warhol meets
Yeah.
Blade Runner.
I love that. If anyone ever described my work as that, I'd be so happy. Warhol meets Blade Runner. Now I know what to aspire to.
I mean, here we go. We've got text on here. And I love the drippy element. It kind of has like this, are we done?
We are winding down.
Oh, look at that. I feel my toes. I love it.
And it's funny, two pieces beside each other with text.
Oh, and look at the highlights that's popping right off of the canvas. I mean,
That as a final touch is just like boom.
it literally makes her pop off at me.
Michelle is not fooling around. Warhol meets Blade Runner, people.
I'm telling
Feminist edge.
you. I want a mask like that too.
That's cool.
I mean, wow. They've got to be jamming to some good music.
Oh yeah, they're having a great time. I wish that I could show it to the stream, but copyright issues.
Totally. I had a friend that tuned in and she was wondering why there was no music on there, and I was like, might be copyright. They're jamming.
I think we might have been a little bit early in our starting of our timer. I'm hearing from our MC that we have about 30 seconds remaining. So we're in our very, very final touches mode. We can see that some of the artists are starting to speed up to get in those last final details.
I love the double brush strokes by Bartholomew over here, just finishing up.
Yeah, is he double-handed brushing?
He is.
He must
Love
be
it.
ambidextrous. I
We
love his
love
paint.
an ambidextrous
Love
artist.
his sweater is banging though. Little Bartholomew instead of Little Debbie.
Love it.
Oh, great. Wow, what a round. So many different styles. Quite a few portraits this round as well. And we will be announcing the winners from round number 1 and the winners from round number 2 about 7 minutes after this round ends. So we'll be announcing everybody at once.
Very cool.
8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wow, what a incredible round for our second qualifying round of this edition of Art Battle Chicago. Lots of variety of styles here, lots of careful execution, and quite a lot of expressive work as well. I think that the audience is going to have a really hard time. Did you guys have any standout favorites?
We know yours.
What's mine?
The Grogu.
No, actually, I'm gonna have to say Warhol and Blade Runner over yonder, Michelle.
That's the one I was
Yeah,
looking for.
Michelle Rivera.
How
Yeah.
about you, Morgan?
I love Michelle's. I also really love Fantasia's with that Doberman. I think that the graphic quality of that and the way that she executed it, I think it's really cool. I was definitely expecting a female portrait from her. But seeing her style that I'm familiar with translated into doing an animal was a really cool thing for me. I really enjoyed that.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, look at that. She added a strap on her shoulder.
It's in the details. I like the
love this.
checking out Anna. I like the art battle piece better than her practice piece.
I agree.
Mhm. Look, she did another one. There were actually 3.
That's awesome.
I kind of like that green background for one of, I guess that was her early draft.
Yeah, we've got options here.
That's really cool.
All right, we will be back in just a few minutes for our finalist announcements so that we can find out who is going to the third and final round and who we're going to see paint again. And that will be coming in just a few minutes. And just as soon as you all get your votes in at artbattle.com/vote, we will have pictures of all of the pieces available there for you to peruse. The auction is also popping off over there, so if you're falling in love with any of these pieces and you want to collect them, bid on them there and we will ship them to you. You don't actually need to be in the room to collect any of this work, so bid early and bid often. We will be back in just a few minutes for our winner announcement.
Oh, okay, there you go.
He was ready. Make some noise for our finalists.
All right, y'all, let's make some noise for our finalists. Let's go. And I put my drink off it so if anybody see it, please return it to me. Let's go!
Our final round of the night has just begun for Art Battle Chicago. The stakes are high. We have our 4 finalists here: Arturo, Julie, Michelle, and Fantasia. I am joined on the stream tonight by 2 very special people, Wes Everett of Mosh Pit Podcast and Amanda Hogan of Chroma Storm Arts, both 2 creative, amazing people in Atlanta, and they have been giving us their commentary and opinions tonight. Hi, Wes and Amanda.
Hello.
Hey, y'all.
Morgan,
What are you guys thinking?
I just want to take this time and say thank you again for inviting us on to do this. This has been absolutely amazing again for me.
Thank you guys. I've been having just as much fun tonight.
Oh, totally. I love this. Look at
So
Fantasia. She's laying down that beautiful color as a underpainting. I'm super excited to see what she comes up with because that dog portrait was fantastic.
yeah, and totally a different approach by going full blast with that red in the underpainting.
Totally. And I'm interested to see what Arturo comes up with too. Let's see.
Now you said that she normally does more like lifelike paintings, correct?
Arturo or Fantasia?
Fantasia.
Fantasia is very much in that kind of illustrative painting space. So very exaggerated features.
Do you think we'll see that this round?
I hope so. I really want a humanoid portrait from her this round.
Do you think this is going to be a Santa Claus painting?
I hope so. But look at the execution of this drawing already.
I mean,
it's so good.
You blinked and her laydown is already there.
Yeah, so jolly. And also great movement in this composition already too with this head tilt.
I mean, I almost want him to be drinking a Coke though. I am from Atlanta.
Oh, I would love that. I would love that. That'd be so fun.
So we've got a lot of earthy colors coming from Arturo. It's like a big shift from that bright magenta he used, that hot pink in the first painting. Let's see if he goes back and adds that popping color in this composition.
Yeah, Arturo definitely has... His battle style is so all over the place in that he does those crazy illustrations, but also can execute in that realism space as well. And from the painterly strokes that he's laying down, I'm wondering if he's going to go more classic with this one.
Mm-hmm. And here we go with another underpainting for a good skin tone. Another way to add jolly and life to your portraits is to lay down an underpainting like this. So she's going to be very rosy.
Yeah, I'm honestly such a sucker for a red toned ground and the warmth that it can bring to skin tones. It's one of my favorite techniques. I love seeing it in any style of painting, really. Give me a red underpainting any day.
Yes, absolutely.
I think that's such an art nerd thing. We're both like, oh yeah, I know. A red underpainting, for sure.
It's like the one thing you don't see, but that's the one thing that we're both like nerding out on.
Yeah, totally. Totally.
I had an art teacher that called the underpainting the underwear of the piece, and for every outfit you had a certain kind of underwear you would wear.
God bless all of our art teachers, giving us their oddities.
I know, right?
So,
here we go. We've got another black and white with a pop.
From Michelle, this composition is super interesting, very minimalist. She's got that same style with the figure in the black and white and the strong background, but so much negative space going on. I wonder if she's going to fill that.
I hope so. Oh no, look, I think this is Santa Claus. Oh.
I'm trying to mentally direct our camera person.
I know, right?
Like, no, go back to Santa.
I know. Linger, you gotta let it linger.
Yeah.
The cranberries on this, man.
And we're getting some mystery creation from Arturo right now. I kind of like it a little bit that we can't see it.
And here you
go. Okay, so what do you guys think? Are we going to go realism here, or are we going back to the weird surreal illustration?
I don't know. It could be very Van Gogh.
Could go either direction with the green, the blue, and that kind of tannish
skin tone color.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a lot of amorphous blobs happening that I think are going to come together and blow us away. I know Arturo's skill level, and I wouldn't be surprised if it tightens up really quickly.
Now, do you know if she's using acrylic or oils?
I think that she's got acrylic going right now, just from the way that it's sitting.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see where you would pick that up because her blends are looking really creamy.
Right. And I love how she was shading her face with blues and purples.
Mm-hmm. So getting these pops of highlight from Michelle here. Hands are always so too challenging things from Michelle that I find particularly challenging is doing a profile and doing hands. Both are very difficult things to execute, not to mention in 20 minutes.
And 2.3 seconds later, we've got Santa Claus has got shadows on his face, his skin tone's already put down, and shading in his beard. It's like I'm just in awe of this lady, and she does such, like you said, whimsical, lovable characters, and she's even getting the highlights on the balls of his cheeks right where they need to go. I'm almost wondering if she's going to put some pink there for the rosy, jolly aspect.
I know that one segment of where the shadow just like hugs around that ball of the cheekbone just brings it into that 3D space. Ah, love it.
And that's the power of shadows and highlights.
Yep.
I mean,
So here we are at the final round. Now, what does the winner get?
So the winner of this event will be moving forward to the Chicago City Final. So we do about 12 events over the course of the year, and then those top 12 artists all compete in a city final for the chance to go to nationals. And this year, I think nationals are going to be in Daytona.
Very cool. Oh, that's right down the road from us.
oh yeah,
Well, closer down the road than Chicago.
down the road ish.
Yeah.
All right, let's see where we're going with this. I mean, I'm loving it. I kind of hope she leaves it just a bald head.
That would be very satisfying.
I mean, it's so amazing. I love how when she did her underpainting and then she used the white as her sketch color.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's such a smart move on her part because now she doesn't have to worry about covering dark lines.
Totally. There's so many points in Art Battle where I'm just like, okay, I'm stealing that.
Right?
Yeah. We get this crash course into all of these different techniques.
Well, see, have you ever used chalk to map out your paintings and then it just blends into the shadows of your acrylic?
I have, but not well.
Yeah.
Oh, a flower. Okay. So this is where the composition is going.
Yes, and I like how the realism is in the hand and then the flower is very cartoony. It's
Mhm.
very stylized and it gives a point of whimsy to draw the eye, and then there's this like realistic looking hand holding that cartoon flower. I love it.
Yeah, it's so leaning into that pop art feel with the cartooniness of the flower. It's love it.
Totally. And that's like the solid background is so Andy Warhol pop art, and then the realism and like Wes said, it's Blade Runner all the way. I mean, it's just awesome.
I'm gonna put that on a sticky note in my studio when I'm like feeling lost with where a piece is going. Or just Blade Runner meets Warhol. Blade Runner meets Warhol.
Okay, so the tan skin tone blobule turned into a tentacle, I think.
It could be. It could be a shrimp.
Ooh, or is it a ram?
It could be a ram. It looks like a Dr. Seuss ram right at the moment.
Yeah, it's so strange. I love Arturo's brain doing all these like weird stylized characters.
I'm gonna be honest. Until you said ram, I didn't see it. I really saw like a shrimp and water splashing.
Hmm.
But see, and that's what a lot of people like about art is how subjective it is, and
Yeah.
you see what you see.
We've got some love in the comments, by the way, for the Santa painting.
In YouTube,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pop over. Say hi to our YouTube people.
Hello.
Oh, Amanda, your bald wishes have been dashed.
I know she's got hair now, but the hair is still fantastic.
It is, and I think it's filling up that space compositionally, and helping with the way the eye moves around the piece as well.
I agree.
But yeah, the graphic quality of the vibrancy of this red and the
Yes.
contrast of the black and then that super subtle tonal shift of the white that's all blended out there.
Oh, totally. It really makes it look like it's got a 3D element to it.
I really admire this technique from Michelle going, I think it's brave to go this minimalist. But she's really spending a lot of her time just honing it and making sure that it's really perfect. Kind of gives me some insight into what her studio practice must be like.
Okay, so is anybody else getting Norman Rockwell vibes from the Santa Claus?
Mhm.
Definitely, for
Okay.
sure. It's totally in the way the shadows are blended.
Hmm. And I just noticed that where we were talking, the shadow shifts on the balls of the cheeks are actually turning out to be the lenses to his glasses.
So smart. Julie, killing it.
I mean, and look at this ram. I mean, I'm an Aries, so I'm a fan.
Its proportions are so strange and the color is so strange, and it's so totally him. It's so totally his style, and I just love it.
But the movement in the fur, the way he's used his painterly brushstrokes to make movement in that fur, it almost looks like it's running across the canvas. It's beautiful. Oh, look,
Oh,
she went
wow.
white. Oh,
Whoa. So into that. We were just talking about how great the contrast in this piece was, and she's like, "You like that? I'll turn it up."
right? Like, here's a little more. A little graphic eyeshadow. Here you go.
That's great. That is just
Oh, and we were just talking about how she's the queen of the highlights,
I
and
mean,
here they are, just popping.
does anybody else feel like they've turned it to turbo at this moment and like everybody's just cranking out
Mhm.
gorgeous artworks in less time?
Oh, absolutely. Like they're so good, but also them being finalists, I feel like there's a layer of seriousness and a layer of skill that has just been added this round. They're like, "Okay, we have to level up. It's happening."
Oh, look at this Santa Claus. That's so cute.
The gradients here and the tones, like look at that little hit of that purpley gray in the hair that helps it recede in space. Like, boom.
It's just amazing. I'm still just floored at just the talent and the obvious experience that these people have. I mean, wow.
It definitely hits a point in the night, and this happens pretty often for me at Art Battle. In the last 5 minutes of the final round, I'm just like, what is going on? How are these guys so good?
Yeah, it's almost like I want to drink the water they're drinking.
Yeah, what's in the water in Chicago? Actually, I went on the boat tour and they said don't drink the water.
Right?
But anyway, there's something in the creative atmosphere in Chicago today.
Hmm. The crowd is having a fantastic time. I mean, I can't wait to attend one of these. I can't wait till hint hint art battle comes to Atlanta. That would be fantastic.
Well, hint, hint, we need somebody to bring our battle to Atlanta, so talk to me later.
Yeah.
sounded like a challenge.
Okay, Arturo.
Oh, he's adding some highlights in the background, a little bit of a lime green to cut up that really deep colored green, which I kind of knew he would do because that pop of color seems to be his thing.
And it's adding to that level of movement that you were describing in the fur, the wind in the fur. Now we get that kind of sense that the background is moving quickly as well.
Yeah, it's almost like a form of symmetry. It's just fantastic.
I would love to peek inside Arturo's sketchbook.
I mean,
That would be
I want a sketchbook tour from all of these artists.
yeah.
The
It's
way
funny.
that-
It's
So-
funny the way they think though. Like I would have never thought to carve out that face out of just a red canvas.
Totally. Just, it's so, I would love to hook all of these artists up to like brainwave machine and see what all the different patterns were, because there's so many different things happening, so many unique styles and signatures.
I love the gray accents in the background of this piece. I mean, it just pulls everything together, and it almost gives like a 3D house vibe, like a ghosted house, and then this just bright flower.
I totally see it.
Right,
I
this
totally see it now.
flower is popping out of this monotone grayscale world. It's fantastic.
Wow, this Santa. The Santa is mind-boggling.
I'm jealous.
It's like it's so much fun as a piece, but the technical execution in terms of the tonal quality, the composition, like every aspect of that piece, it's just on point.
And the way she used the drips to accent the beard, love it.
Mm-hmm. So really, I think this round is pretty evenly matched for all of our artists in terms of technical skills. So I think it's really just going to come down to where people gravitate in terms of style for the votes.
Oh, she put some clothes on.
Yeah, I like the graphic quality of that.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel that it was really wise to go this minimalist for this round with the hand and the flower?
I think it's brave to do it, but I think she's also fighting a lot of pieces that are much louder than this piece. But I really like it as an artwork.
Yeah, it definitely works.
I mean, I would hang that.
Oh, yeah.
I would hang that at my house. I think
Good time to plug the auction. That was the perfect segue there.
Yeah.
So all of the works created tonight are available for silent auction at the link that's on the screen. That's your voting link that you'll be helping us to choose the winner tonight as well. All of these works can be bid on. You don't need to be in the room to purchase them. We will ship them to you.
I mean,
Even the shadow underneath the beard.
I mean, and then the fact that she let the paint drip, and it's just like he's just kind of there in space and time.
So good. So good. I was sitting here with like my hands on top of my head, just being like, Julie, how did you pull this in 20 minutes?
See, I'd still be trying to map out my proportion lines.
Same. And I don't even see a reference.
I mean, Santa Claus is in everybody's head. I'm just, oh
So
man.
much good stuff happening.
The camera guy is going too fast for my liking.
I already texted him.
I want you to linger.
Yeah.
Think cranberries. Just linger.
Oh, this piece just keeps getting better. It's so funny. It's one of those pieces that just keeps getting better. Like it exists as at each stage of it being painted, it could be finished, and then every time we come around, it's even better.
I mean, again, with the highlights though, like, wow.
Very.
She is fantastic at just knowing right where the light hits, where oh, look at there. Let's just throw some in the hair because, it should be shiny.
I know. Both of us are sighing. We're like, wow.
It's gorgeous. It's got an attitude too. Like
Mhm.
it's like that attitude that you want to have sometimes, but you can't muster. So you've got to like find that little red person deep down in your soul.
8, 7,
Oh,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2.5. I'm playing. That's one. And we are done with our third and final round. Make some noise for your final four. Get y'all pictures, get y'all videos, and y'all walk around, hit y'all faces, and be ready to go. Go with the officers in. If you want to buy one of these But it's not niggas, so I'm gonna
Okay.
So yeah, definitely feeling like I'm particularly drawn to Fantasia's. I love the use of highlight there, but then it's just undeniable the level of skill that Julie has in that Santa piece. What do you guys think? Who are you drawn towards?
So Michelle's simplistic style with that pop art feel, that contrast between the grayscale and the background color just sings to me. I love that pink. It's just so bright and pretty. But then I look at Arturo's and I love the subject matter. I love the fact that, you know, I could just be an animal lover and buy that painting, or I could be an Aries. I'm an Aries, born in March. I could buy that painting and it could be my symbol. You know what I mean? Like, just something about it, just and the colors. His use of color is fantastic.
Yeah, there's something to grab onto with each of these pieces. Wes, who are you liking?
I'll be honest, I really like the Santa Claus.
It's
Just
so good.
just something about it, just that, like you said, that Rockwell style.
Yeah, it's just undeniable the level of skill that she's put in there, and I can't even get over the fact that we couldn't see a reference that she was drawing from.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Which means
wild.
which means her imagination and memory is fantastic.
And sense of
Yeah.
space too. Like sometimes I'll have a really clear idea of what I think I'm painting, and then when it comes out onto the canvas, it's like just not spatially where it should be.
Like, I mean, seriously, like I can't tell you how many paintings I've scrapped because the head was the shape of a bean, or
We definitely all had that problem for sure.
oh man, I mean, I'm just floored at the talent.
I
It's
think it's
fantastic.
going to be a really close count for the voting tonight. So definitely, everybody out there watching, please make sure that you vote using that link on our screen right now, because we often hear from our amazing voting manager Gina that it can really come down to a single vote of who wins or loses, and so don't not vote because you're having a hard time. Is what I'm saying.
So I'm reading the comments on the YouTube channel, and someone is asking, do they consider all three pieces when doing the choosing of the winner?
Yes. So there's no judges. It's going to be the audience. So everyone that's in the room has an opportunity to pick their favorite of the four. And also, us as the online audience, we get to choose from those four as well. So one artist will be crowned the winner tonight. And then that artist will move forward to the Chicago City Finals. Winner of Chicago City Finals will go into national championship. Winner of national will go to international. So big stakes here tonight, because the winning artist tonight could have that domino effect and just keep moving up in the competition. I know there's a lot of skill that would justify that, I think, tonight as well.
Absolutely. So it is completely viewer's choice. So we need all the views and all the love that you have. So please go on and vote for your favorite artist, because honestly, these people are so talented and they're sharing their talent with us right now. And so if you go and pick your favorite painting and possibly place a bid, buy a painting, decorate your home, please hit us up. The link is on the screen right now.
I'm gonna have a hard time choosing. I know I'm gonna vote right now. Who am I gonna choose?
I pretty much liked them all.
Yeah, it's a tough choice, but it's gotta be done. It's gotta be done. Um, I really love the sparing quality that Fantasia brought in here. Like those lines in the shirt are just the suggestion, and nothing is overpainted in that piece.
Agreed. And then I like the blocking of the shadows instead of being like super blended. There's you have the suggestion of highlight and shadow because they're so blocked in.
Totally. So, also want to take an opportunity to. Oh, Sorry, I'm hearing our MC in one ear. Oh, he's just telling everybody to bed, which I want to tell everyone to do also. But want to take an opportunity to thank all 12 of our artists tonight. It takes a lot of courage and creativity to step up to the easel and throw down the way that they did. So Art Battle would not be what it is without the incredible creative communities in cities all over the world. And we're so lucky to have a particularly strong artist pool and artist community in Chicago. So big shout out to all of our artists and to also to our team on the ground tonight who have made this show happen. And a big thank you also to you guys, Wes and Amanda, for killing it on stream with me tonight.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Totally. I mean, like Wes was like, "Hey, do you want to do an art battle?" I was like, "You're darn tootin' I do."
I can't wait to see you paint sometime too.
Oh my gosh, well, if you want to see me paint, I actually do have a poor channel on YouTube called Chroma Storm Arts.
Chroma Storm Arts. Yes. Oh, are we getting the winner announcement?
Oh boy.
No. Just lots of. I keep getting tricked by our MC saying things that I'm like, oh, is this it? Is this it? But Wes and Amanda, where can we find you guys on the internets?
So I am on YouTube as Chroma Storm Arts. You can find me on Facebook as Chroma Storm Arts. You can find me on pretty much Twitter, Instagram, and
Facebook.
What's the other one? Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook under Chroma Storm Arts.
Mm-hmm.
And ChromaStormArts.com, ChromaStormArts1.com.
So many places.
So many places.
Mine's a little easier. Mine is definitely easier. Mosh Pit Podcast, pretty much everywhere.
Amazing.
So
I'm gonna go follow you guys on Instagram right now.
Woo, woo.
yay! I think I gave you a follow.
I think I followed you too.
Yes,
Oh.
because your art is amazing.
Oh, thank you guys so much. If I'm quiet right now, I'm just listening for I know that our winner announcement is imminent. I can see who it is in our back end, and I'm having trouble keeping it to myself, but I have to wait until our MC announces it.
Right. So do you ever look at other people's painting style and you're just like kind of like you can't help but to like mentally compare it to your own?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's the joy and sorrow of all artists is that comparison.
Oh, totally. Because like my style is more whimsy, like
Is it actually
cartoon.
Hey, what y'all business, man? Y'all really want these faces to go home with? Do not slack, man. Put your business. Artists work really, I don't want to curse, but they work really fucking hard. I don't know if I'm about to curse, but I get it. Ain't nobody paying me, so y'all can't do nothing to me. Oh, that looks like my shit, son.
What tag you in? Let me see it. What? Bop. Yo.
I'm too smooth for y'all. That's what I mean. I'm way too smooth.
so stunning. And Amanda, I love the way that you pointed out that the drips add into the texture of the beard. I didn't catch that right away.
Totally. I mean, it just adds a little bit of whimsy to that composition.
and brings in that painterly flow.
Mm-hmm.
I love that the ram's eyes are this golden yellow.
Oh yeah.
It's like Dr. Seuss, but bring a little bit of menace.
Right, it's slightly darker, but not very much more.
Mm.
And his almost smirk on his face, like he could be smirking, but he could be attacking. We don't know.
A little bit more. If you don't got enough money, you probably should have drank tonight anyway. Probably should have been a host instead of her make some host. Okay. My bad, dog. I ain't even coming to my personal situation. It's not Christmas. It's not even December yet.
All right, our winner has just been announced for tonight. Moving forward into the Chicago City Finals will be Julie Krukreja with our Santa painting here.
Yay! Yay! Santa!
Big
Wes?
congratulations to
Your-
Julie.
Your girl won.
Hey. Very
So
awesome.
great. Oh, she really killed it. I think all of us were just like, whoa, the technical skill there is just mind-blowing.
Oh yeah.
I think the crowd did too. I mean, because even if you were just like as a spectator and you couldn't paint a straight line, you could look at that painting and know that some mad skill went into that bad boy.
Oh, absolutely. It's yeah, it has that level of being impressive to anybody, but also for anyone who has an arts background, you're like, how the hell did you do that?
Yeah, I mean, she just like blew on it, and the structure was there, and then she breathed on it that way, and the shadows were there, and she coughed a little bit, and there were shadows under the beard, and I was like, okay.
Totally, 100%. That is an excellent description of how that piece came together, because it really was. Every time we went around the easel, there was more epicness just happening, and more light being expressed, and more beautiful soft shadows. So big congratulations to Julie, and we look forward to seeing her in the Chicago City Final. And also congrats to all 4 of our finalists and all 12 of our artists that painted with us tonight. If you guys want to see more of these artists, go to the Art Battle Chicago Instagram page. We have each of their profiles linked, and I'm sure that they would love a follow. And big thank you to our team tonight, and to you, Wes and Amanda. Once again, Wes Everett at Mosh Pit Podcast and Amanda Hogan at Chromostorm Arts, almost everywhere on the socials. Both two creative, awesome people from Atlanta. We've really enjoyed having you guys on the stream tonight.
And just a friendly reminder, guys, if you go to artbattle.com/vote, all of these artworks are for sale, and you can bid and hopefully own an original piece in your home.
Perfect. All right, good night, everybody.
Thank you.